missed like half of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're live now.
It
So
is.
welcome everybody to the Hardcast podcast. I am Brian, the moderator, and I'm here joined with Trent and Bailey. And Bailey's just kind of been thrown in. She's like just part of the team now.
Right.
So she's going to be on our podcast. Guys, how are you doing this morning?
Pretty good.
How are you, Bailey? Are you mom and dad's?
I am. I'm an Eaton. So I ran here yesterday. It was pretty good. I was on concrete. But
You ran all the way there?
That's
I ran all the
run.
way here.
You're only
That's
supposed to be
twice
doing
the run.
17 this week. That's a little more.
No, but yeah, I am up here. Just at my parents'. So
Is it snowing up there?
no, we haven't gotten anything. Have you guys?
No.
No. I know.
No.
Brian got a snow day today. Brian,
I did. Because I guess the airport is getting hammered. So
Yeah, I heard it's bad up there, but
yeah, so we were supposed to have a staff meeting this morning and then meetings, which I still have some like Teams meetings this afternoon. But other than that, yeah, it's a snow day and it was nice enough to run 7 miles this morning. So that's
Right.
what I did.
Good
Just
job.
a little windy, a little cold, but we were
Yeah.
used to that. So
yeah, I was gonna get up and run this morning, and then I'm like, it's probably gonna be snow. There's gonna be snow everywhere. No, not a drop.
So you got
now
out and
I
ran.
go out and run.
Did you go run then?
Not yet.
Okay.
Save it for later.
Gonna have
That's right. That's right.
It is
So-
right.
So guys, like I kind of explained, I've got 20 questions for you. These 20 questions are simple. Well, they're whatever you want to make them to be, but there's no yet right or wrong answers. But like I said online for people, we can learn a lot about you just by what you answer.
Oh, great.
So, but another thing, because we were talking about podcasting earlier, there's like, I listened to a podcast the other day for the guy that runs the Mark Bell Power podcast. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before, but he's the producer of that show. He was the one that was telling us about the microphones. But anyway, there's like 2.1 million podcasts in the world. Out of those podcasts, the top 5% make it over 10 episodes. So, dude, we're like in the top 5% of podcasts because we're still active and we're like at 20, 30 some episodes. So congratulations, guys.
Wow.
That's
You're pretty good.
Yeah, we are on the tip of the spear. I mean, we get them out every so often. We'd like to do them weekly, but we don't get to. But anyway, Bailey, training for a marathon. Trent, training for a marathon. We all kind of do fitness different ways, right? Bailey kind of does the CrossFit workouts, mixes in with marathon training. I'm doing the ultra training, so a lot more running than I'd like, but I got to do it right. And then I mix in CrossFit every once in a while. Trent kind of does this hybrid athlete kind of thing, training for the marathon, lifting, Metcons, right?
Yeah.
Am I explaining all that right?
I try. I just it's all try. There's not a lot of succeed right now, but it's a lot of try in all of them. So yeah, I think and what you're doing is more. You always put yourself to the back burner, but training for a 50 first, then the marathon, and then 100. So what you're doing is above and beyond. I know Bailey and I are doing awesome, and Bailey's doing awesome, and I'm just limping along here trying to get myself going. I'm not a good runner.
We're all doing what we can do.
I think the main thing that I'm trying to do right now is, like you and I talked at the beginning, Brian, is I didn't want to lose the muscle mass that I had gained.
Right.
And so I'm really trying to hold on to that while making myself a better runner. So that's trying, like you said, a hybrid athlete. It's what I'm trying to become.
Right.
And you kind of turned me on to Nick Bear and what he's doing. So I'm trying to research him a little bit more and follow what he's doing and listening to his podcasts and things like that to try to get myself where I don't hurt when I run and I'm not losing much when I lift. So
I hear you. I hear you. And there's give or take in any of it, right? Like when he did his sub 3 hour marathon, he lost a little weight, but he's still jacked. Like the guy is pretty remarkable. So super fast, super strong. I mean, that's all what we want to do, right? Be as fast as we can, but be as strong as we can be and as fit as we can be. So speaking of that, let's go into question number 1. You guys ready?
Ready.
All right, Bailey, I'll start with you.
Okay.
You have to do one fitness style the rest of your life. Are you going to run? Are you going to lift weights, or are you going to do a mixed modal kind of CrossFit functional fitness style? But it's the one thing you can do the rest of your life.
I think it'd be a mix. Like, I was just talking to my mom about this. Like, she's like, do you think after the marathon you'll run? Like, you'll just continue to run? And I'm like, some days I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. I love it. And then some days I hate it.
Right.
I think it's been good mixing, because I'm not just like constantly running every single day, but I can mix it up with like a CrossFit workout or a lift or some sort of thing. So I'd say I'd mix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Bailey's right.
Oh,
absolutely. No,
1 point, Bailey.
Mark it down.
When I started CrossFit, Brian, I mean, you really pushed me into it, right?
It was a bet.
It was all the bet. And
yeah.
Started out with and I loved to lift and didn't really like to run. I've never really liked to run.
Right.
But then loved the whole CrossFit thing and just seeing what that does to all aspects of fitness, right? Mm-hmm. And you're right. Just you see those guys in the weight room, and some of them are in amazing shape, but other ones have the big belly and, just like big arms and big legs. You can just push a lot of weight. To me, I don't feel good that way. I want to be able to move. I want to be able to run. I want to be able to be flexible and do all those things and have all modules. And really, I don't want to get old, right? So I think Bailey is absolutely, I live that same place, and just mixing it up, changing it up week to week, day to day. And that's what
body guessing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I had to choose, I mean, I would definitely do the CrossFit thing, because you get the whole spectrum, right?
Yeah.
And you can control it, right? You can say, hey, I'm going heavy today, or I'm going light and long, or I am going to run, but I'm going to make it 800 meters 3 times, plus come in and do whatever. You can still do your bench press. You can still do your squats, just mixing it up.
Yep. I agree. And I think with you, I not want to speak for you, but I know you're the moderator, but you got to get in on this with us, Brian. I know that you.
I'll be asking the questions here. No, I think it's no secret. Like training right now to run and run long is awesome, but I do get super jealous of like you guys being able to go in and do the CrossFit WODs or throw down. I mean, we program every week, and I'm like, oh man, this week is so cool, and I might get one of them in. And now that the CrossFit Open's going on, it's like, I'll probably get the open workout in, right? And that may be it, and maybe a lift. But the volume right now is like up to about 60 miles a week. Dude, sometimes I just don't want to do anything.
Well,
I mean, I need to be that guy, but I'm just like, I'm tired. I don't want to go out and squat, but I don't want to lose a bunch either. But some days tired wins, right? Tired legs win. So that's kind of where I'm at. Now, speaking of lifting, okay, so you guys have to pay attention to this one. I'll start with you, Trent, 225, and Bailey, for you, 155, 20 rep back squat, or a 1 rep max bench of 365, and Bailey, for you, 225. So 20 rep back squat, big, but not as big as that 1 rep bench. And this is where I think we could have some different answers.
Okay, so here's the deal. I can do 225 20 times. Not a problem. Just did it probably 3 weeks ago. Not a big deal. So I want that 365 bench, man. Perfect. I have been chasing that my whole life. I can't do over 300 pounds. I never have. I get to 295. I don't know if it's a mental block or what.
It is, right?
But I cannot get past it. And it drives me nuts. I'm like, okay, just 300. You can do it. You can do it. And 295, do it fairly okay. Like thinking I'm good. Rest it up. Nope. Nothing.
You know what we need to do is honestly just blindfold you one day and just let us load plates.
Yeah.
We load plates. You just lay down, grab bar, we spot. You don't even know what you're benching. I bet you get 305.
I'm all in because that 365, but that's what I'm going after. Because
365 1 rep.
365
Bailey, how about you? 155 20 rep back squat, or 1 rep for 225 bench?
Oh gosh, I don't even know what I would even squat right now. But based off the reps, I don't like to just do like one and just like be done. Like I always feel like I need more. Sure. So I'm gonna say I do the 20 reps of the back squat. So I feel like I get something out of it.
Gotcha.
I don't know. That's just kind of how my brain works. Like I
That
can do
works. That works.
I can do something, but I always have to.
No wrong answers here. Yeah.
But I think that's a great answer. I mean, it's a sign of fitness, right?
Right.
1 rep max. It was just like the guys I was talking about before, right? I might have a big barrel chest.
Right.
Might not be in the best health. However, I can push a lot of weight.
I should have probably upped the weight for you, right?
That is
You've
no
got a
365 would be awesome.
Well, you've got a 225 20 rep. So what if I said 275 20 rep or a 365 1 rep back squat?
The 275 would be enticing. I've done
That'd be monster.
That would be huge. I would like that. I think that would probably be more so. If I'm doing that, I probably am pushing 315 easy on the bench. So
it's kind of carryover, right? Yeah.
So I think I would go after that one.
Okay. Perfect. Now, if you could only use one of these for the rest of your life, one machine, I've got the rower here, the assault bike, or the ski erg. You can only use one. So you're doing all your CrossFit workouts. You're doing intervals. You're doing long stuff. You get one machine. What would your machine be and why? Again, no wrong answers. It could be just preference, just what you like.
Can you go first on this one? I want to hear you, moderator.
You want me to go first?
I know you're answering the questions, but
if I had to choose, now if I went in order of like what I just love, I would go ski erg, assault bike, rower, right? But if I went in what I should probably use for the rest of my life, if I only had one, it would probably be the other way. Probably be rower, assault bike, ski erg. So I'd probably have to go with rower, just the rest, just because I can go long on it, no problem. So I could do like a 10K row. It's going to take 40, 45 minutes. And I don't get crushed by it. I can do intervals that'll completely crush me, or I can put it in a workout where I'm pretty much using my entire body. I'd probably go rower. What do you guys think?
I would also go rower. I feel like it's kind of like mindless in a way. Like when I'm on that bike, I get so in my head. I hate that thing. So the rower, I don't know. It feels mindless in a way.
Okay.
And you said I feel like I'm resting in a way, but even though I'm still working my whole body.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say rower.
And you can crush your soul on it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, if you did 5 rounds of 500-meter intervals.
Yeah.
All out.
Uh-huh.
And you took 2 minutes of rest, you would crush yourself. I mean, that's horrible.
We did that one yesterday. Megan and I and Shannon, we did the 5 rounds, but we didn't go that hard. Like that was like my break, but I love just rowing for 500 meters. It was awesome. And then we had some sit-ups and squats with it, but I don't know. I love rowing, so I'd say rower.
Oh, good. See, I love the ski erg, but
What about you, Trent?
Trent, what do you think?
Well, I just got off of an 8,000 meter row this morning, so I'm not going to go with the rower
because it's too fresh in your mind.
It is, so that might be it. But I really like, and I hate it, but the bike, that thing is a death trap. I mean, you know when you look at it, you get shivers down your spine because it can absolutely crush your soul. But one of the things that I really like to do when I'm trying to cut is I love getting on there and doing Tabatas. 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off, or 30-30 or 40-20 or 50-10, however it may be, and playing with that. And I mean, you want to talk about soul damaging. I mean, that is it. And but I love the way you feel afterward and mentally, physically, everything. And another thing that I like is one thing that I could see myself doing, Brian, after this is all over. Hopefully this isn't one of your questions, but I know you've said to me that you could see yourself getting into this whole ultra thing, right? And going down that path.
Yeah. Don't tell Michelle. Don't tell Michelle.
No. She's not watching. She's watching Game of Thrones.
More people are watching, but it's probably not her. So go ahead. We can talk
much more interesting. But I think what I'd like to do, and I don't want to do a full, but I'd like to get more into the half triathlons. And so having that bike there and being able to work on that to make that better for those events, something that I think that I would enjoy and want to do more. I already told Megan Strauss, I'm like, this is one we'll do. So when you're ready, let's get that one done and we'll get a half in. We'll just do it together. like just all of us, the whole group,
Yep.
and we'll swim, we'll bike,
You'll have to wait for me on the swim. You guys will have to wait on the beach for me on the swim.
Yeah.
not in open water, bud. We're going pool.
Oh, gotcha.
Perfect.
So yeah, I think,
but I'm going bike.
There's no wrong answer, right?
Nope.
But
Nope.
Trent, I see where you're going, because you can go to a super dark place on a bike.
Absolutely.
And I think Bailey knows that. That's why she didn't answer that.
I hate that thing.
Yeah.
But I do love that skier too. I love just going out there and going.
Yeah, the skiers. I love
It's
it.
fun.
I love it. Just a sec. Give me a sec, guys. I got a dog whining here. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Bailey, do you guys get on the skier much?
Not really. Like with the 5 rounds yesterday, we could have done rowing or skiing, but I just did rowing the whole time. So I wish I would have done that. Like, we don't do it much, but I don't know. I don't mind it.
I love after we got it. It's just everything that it works, and I really use it to loosen up your shoulders, loosen up your
Yeah, I use it for a warm up every time.
That's great.
Every time. It's just, it gets everything, especially shoulders, like you're saying. And that's the hardest thing for me to warm up.
Right.
So, yeah, I love it. Now, if you could only lift one style, what style would this be? Would it be powerlifting, or would it be just Olympic lifts? So powerlifting, right? We're looking at stones. We're looking at, heavy suitcase carries, farmers carries, yokes, Olympic lifts, clean and jerks, snatches. What do you guys think? You only get one.
Trent, you can go.
Well, I guess so. You're powerlifting then. Are you adding bench, back squat, deadlifts, or is it just like you just talked about with the those other things?
No, yeah, that's in there. Yeah.
Okay. To me, now rewind when I'm Bailey's age, I'm probably going Olympic lifts. I mean, I love squat cleans, snatches, squat snatches. I wish I could have done them better, but those are things. And you're an athlete, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love that to be an athlete. Now, as I've gotten older and really kind of since the gym shut down and I've been on my own, I'll do those every once in a while, but I haven't overhead squat since the gym shut down, really.
It's probably coming today.
Right.
My open workout 3.
But those are the things that I think one thing, and I'm not saying I got injured, but my body hurt more.
Mm-hmm.
And the powerlifting where back squats, deadlifts, I can still get that in. I can still do shrugs. I can still do front squats. I can still do that, just not putting those complex movements all together. Mm-hmm. And I think for injury wise, just for me, I've never been the most flexible guy. It's wiser for me to stick there. And so it's powerlifting.
The reason you go powerlifting is probably because mobility wise, Olympic lifting, you can't get everything you want with it. Okay.
Absolutely. So that's where, but I love it. And I like the kids like that I'm training, man, we hang clean, we squat clean, we try to get those I think that movement is so good. And snatch, to be an athlete and to be able to move your hips and all of that, just how it works together. But we work up to that, right?
Right.
And so you can do all the other lifts and get that, just not in a dynamic movement.
Gotcha.
And I'm 50, so I don't need a dynamic movement.
I hear you there. Bailey.
Okay, so like the workouts that you guys put together, that's more like, does that have more like Olympic lifting in it?
It does. Yes.
See, I love that stuff. Like the snatches and the hang cleans. I like all that kind of stuff. So I guess I'd say Olympic lift, which I've never really feel like I've done power cleaning or power lifts and all that.
Right.
Which maybe I have, I don't know. I guess I don't necessarily know the difference.
Yeah, you're using more like powerlifting. I look at it as more, it's grunt style work. It's just pure strength, right? It's just like lifting yokes, lifting heavy sandbags, carrying heavy things. I look at that as the powerlifting. If you were going to a powerlifting meet, right, it's back squat, bench, and deadlift, correct?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you're looking at. Whereas Olympic style lifts, it's clean and jerk and snatch. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad Trent kind of brought it up, because if you're trying to build just a straight up athlete, increase their vertical jump, make them more athletic, Olympic lifts are the way to go. That's what it does, right?
Mhm.
Powerlifting, you're just trying to become strong and, in my mind, indestructible. So I get what you're saying. Age kind of does play a part there. Like, because if I was Bailey, if I was your age, I would Olympic lift all day long because I think it makes you just a better athlete.
I see.
But just for one rep max strength, kind of that stuff, powerlifting is the way to go. And it probably, you're doing heavy sleds, you're doing heavy sandbags. I think your risk to reward there is probably better as far as injury, right? Not getting injured, I should say.
Now I've noticed, like you put on there a couple of weeks ago, Brian, you were bored of running, I think, and you put on our hardline where you were lifting stones, right? You were throwing them over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And so with you going down this whole 50 miler and that, what do you find yourself doing more of? Are you more powerlifting to try to maintain that muscle, or are you trying to open up hips and do more Olympic lifting?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I do both. So I think the majority of the stuff I do is probably more powerlifting stuff because I'll do farmer's carry. I have 2 farmer's carry handles, so I do a lot of farmer's carries. I do a lot of the stone over the shoulder kind of thing just for pure power. But I do try to still squat clean a bunch because when you get into this, I should say for myself, it's a slow pace, right? That I'm going to be trying to do for this 100 miles. I don't get a lot of hip opening. I mean, my gait's short. So when I get done, I can barely, stand up and take my shoes off because my mobility's shot. So I still kind of try to get that explosive hip opening just so I remember and my body can still do it. So I guess a mix of both.
Yeah.
Probably more to the powerlifting side just to keep my strength and size. So now, if you guys were doing powerlifting, mixed modal stuff, CrossFit-y stuff, if you could only have one dumbbell for the rest of your life, not one dumbbell, a pair of dumbbells for the rest of your life, or a barbell, what are you choosing? So all your workouts are going to be dumbbells or all your workouts are going to be barbells. But you get one set. You don't get a whole set of dumbbells.
I get one weight, one set.
You're not getting 1 through 100 of dumbbells. You're getting, say, your choice, 50s, or you get a barbell and plates.
So I'm either going 135 or I'm going 50.
Yeah, I'll give you a set of for you. I'll give you 95 on the barbell or 65 to 95. You guys get to choose your weight. Okay. So I'll give you this. I'll give you 185. I'll give you a 45 and a 25. Okay. Bailey, I'll give you 25 and another plate of choice with your barbell. Dumbbells, you get one set.
There's no right answer, Bailey.
No.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go a dumbbell still, the dumbbells. And 50 is probably a good number. It's a good weight. Okay. You're still going to be able to do everything you want, but you're going to be able to do more with that. Like you can do kettlebell swings with a dumbbell.
Yeah.
It's safer. Like I've been trying to do a lot of box step ups to open up my hips, as you're talking about for running. I don't feel comfortable with a barbell on my back doing that. I really don't. I've tried it. I don't like it, but dumbbells I do. I can put them here and I can drop. I can do whatever. So just different things you can do with the dumbbell. And if you go to failure, no matter how many reps, you're still going to grow muscle, right? So I might be able to get 25 my first set, and then 4 months down the line, I might be able to get 50 in a set.
Right.
So, it's fine, but you're going to grow muscle if you're going to failure. So I'm going dumbbells. Final answer.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Bailey.
I feel like we went a totally different route. Like you thought of it that way, but I'm thinking of it as like if I have the barbell, it's just one thing that I need to control. Does that make sense? So it's not like I have 2 things here. It's just like one at the same time. I don't know. So I would say barbell. Okay. I've never like step up stuff like, box step ups with the barbell, like you were just talking about. Like I've never done, I feel like anything other than just the lifting part of it. Right. So that would be hard to like branch out and do stuff like that. But it's one thing for me to control in my mind, I don't know. So I would say barbell.
I like it.
Perfect.
I like it.
That's
Where
perfect.
You at, Jake? Where you at, moderator?
This was tough. And we've done this before. Like with kettlebells and dumbbells, we've had this, or if you can take one piece of equipment to a deserted island, which one piece of equipment are you going with? This one's tough because I do love squat cleans. I do love barbell snatch. There's a bunch of things that I do love. If I was told, hey, you can only have one, what's it going to be? It's probably going to be dumbbells. And the reason is, Bailey, to go against you, I'm going to go against you here real quick.
Okay.
It's because I do have two things to control. So all those little muscles, all my stability muscles are having to work as well. So now I'm having two things to control. Makes me a little more bomb proof when it comes to it. Plus, like Trent, you were alluding to, I can do kettlebell swings with it. I can do one arm dumbbell snatch. I can do cleans on one side, right? I can do one arm dumbbell squat clean, having to work my core and everything like that. So I guess if I was pushed into it, I don't want to have to choose, but I would probably go dumbbell for that reason.
Well, wait.
That's fair.
I'd probably split the difference between a 50 and a 70, and I'd go 60.
There you go.
Because there's a lot of things that I know I can do with a 50, like bench press, like you're saying, you might get a ton of reps, but I know I can one arm dumbbell snatch with a 60. I know I can squat clean with a 60. Only things that I can't do is shoulder press. So I'd have to really probably work the push press for a long time till I can gain that strength to do a 60, but maybe a 60. I don't know. We'll see. I might come back in a week and want to trade them in for 50. So now we've talked about weights. We've talked about styles, this and that. In CrossFit, we have a lot of fancy stuff. We have belts. We have wrist wraps. We have thumb tape. We have knee sleeves, lifting shoes, right? If you could only have one of those for the rest of your time, which little accoutrement are you going to take?
Ooh.
Okay, I'll go first because I feel like I haven't tried all those things.
Okay.
But the one thing that I do love, especially with snatches, is the wrist straps.
I knew you were going to answer that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm trying to think like pull-ups and stuff. Yeah, I would say the wrist wraps. Like I said, I haven't ever really tried all of those things.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe my answer would be different a few years down the road, but I'd say
because I know like Michelle's are knee sleeves. She has it. She feels good with them. And it could all be up here as well. Mm-hmm. But I know with knee sleeves for her, they make her knees warm as well. They help her loosen up.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever go without them. I knew you were gonna say wrist wraps.
I don't know. Yeah. Like, I don't know if this relates to that, but just running now, I had to buy like compression sleeves.
Yeah.
And I love them.
See, there you go.
In my shins.
For your knees or calves?
My calves and shins. Like, I feel like it feels so good, or I just don't. I don't know.
Really?
It helps. It's psychological. I don't know.
It's just a sleeve that goes on the bottom of your lower leg?
Yeah. Just like from my ankle up to my knee.
Trent, there we go, man.
Yeah.
So I did that
calf stuff.
After my calf was hurting, I went and bought the compression socks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I got just I didn't get the ones that go all the way to the knee. I just got the ones that go to the calf.
Yeah.
And because I just I can only go so far here. I'm not a 1970s basketball player. As much as I love George Gervin, I'm not going to do it. But I love them, and they're great. So on my long runs, they have made my calf feel so good because it goes up there and it holds my Achilles, I think, together more than anything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I might have to try that.
It's great. Bailey, my wife, would do the same. She's all over the wrist straps, right? I mean, it's everything. So I used to be, I think when I came into the whole CrossFit thing and really pushing the back squat, I didn't have the flexibility, but my knees would get sore, right? And it did hurt. And so I was with Michelle. I had those knee sleeves on, and man, then I got the shoes, and then I got the wrist straps and everything. Then I got the little thumb things. Those were great to go on. And so Bailey, I had it all, right? And I was amazing. I'd go in there, and have you guys seen the video of the fat guy that does the CrossFit?
Yes.
Way to go, Ed. That's a PR, isn't it? That's a PR. Yeah. I was that guy. But then Brian made a comment to me one time. Had my belt, had everything, and I was doing back squat. And he said, he goes, there's a time and a place, right? for this. And you don't want to use it all the time because you want to keep your spine strong. You want to keep everything without all this stuff. So stopped wearing the knee sleeves. I still wear the shoes when I do back squat for sure. I love the shoes.
That's a mobility thing.
Yeah. But I got my back squat up to 375
Right.
without the knee sleeves. I was like, I can do this.
Right.
But the thing that I'd probably do, but I'd need a bunch of it, is just tape, because I love taping my thumbs for hang cleans, squat cleans, snatches. But then also might need that on the bar for pull-ups, because if we go too deep, so I want to take that tape, and it's a never-ending supply of athletic tape, right?
Yes.
So then I'm going to have to get there, because some of those times where we get some of those muscle ups and pull-up deals, we're going to rip, and it's something to have there. So I'm going with tape, buddy.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm thumb tape. Yeah. I used to do knee sleeves. I'll belt up if I'm like above 85% maybe on the squat, but
deadlift.
Yeah, there's a time and a place, and I try to go as heavy as I can without a belt, because I want to be strong beltless. But there's something I can't get away from, and it's always taping my thumbs for clean and jerks, for snatch, for dumbbell snatch. I tear there easier than anywhere else. So I'm a thumb tape guy. So, and we had those little nub things we used to get. But, tape. I can't get rid of the tape. I used to be a wrist wrap guy all the time. It didn't matter. I always wanted to do wrist wraps, and then I just started going without, and was like, oh, I'm all right, So thumb tape for sure.
Gotcha.
Bailey, you should have been here during the era. Oh,
I wish
you would have been right in there.
So
Dude,
fun.
we chalked everything. We belted up for everything. Knee sleeves, even if we weren't squatting. It was ridiculous.
Riding the bike today, put on the knee sleeves.
Especially if it was a girl wad, a hero wad, or an open wad, dude. People were decked out. Just with
I wish I would have been there.
Yes.
Maybe we should bring it back.
Yeah, there we go.
We should bring it back over in the gym here. We just get it done.
Right.
So, guys, in a pinch, if you're making a workout and you've got to do a monostructural piece to this workout, right? Are you going to run? Are you going to row? Are you going to double under? Are you going to bike? Are you going to ski? Like, you have to put it in there. What's your just go-to? Hey, I'm in a pinch. I'm going to add 400 meters, or I'm going to add a 500-meter row, or I'm going to add 50 double unders. What are you doing? Time crunch, go.
Just for ease, I'm going to run. No other reason than that. It's easy. I can be in a hotel. I can be at my house. I can be wherever.
Right.
At a run. And that's simply the reason why. You're going to get that cardiovascular, I think, on any of them that you're looking for. And you can make it however you want, right? Like you said, you can do a 400-meter sprint. You can do a 200-meter sprint. That's more my sprint style.
Yeah. 400 meters. What are we track athletes?
That is done. But that's what I'm going to go with. Just simply ease.
Okay.
Yeah. I would honestly say the same thing. Like, even with the workouts we have, I feel like you can do running anywhere. Like, if we're at the school, we can run up on the track. Or if we're not feeling the track, we'll just go in the gym. Or we'll run outside. Like, running outside, we are like dying for it to get warm out. It'd be nice because we love running outside. So I'd say running too. You can pretty much do it anywhere.
Cool. Very good. No wrong answers here, guys.
And it helps us train for a marathon.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. You can't ever go wrong with running.
Nope.
So now, back to the Olympic lifts. What do we like best, clean and jerk or the snatch? Bailey, go.
Snatch for sure. I love that one. I don't know why. I think it's just like getting it up over your head is like, yeah, I did that.
It is cool, right?
I like snatch. Yeah.
Yes.
The only wrong answer you've had all day.
I love snatches.
Mine's clean and jerk. I know. I do not have the mobility for a snatch. Like I've worked on it, and it hurts. Every ounce of it hurts. My form sucks. It's just not. It's not good. I try to teach it to the kids, but I'm terrible at it. So the kids see me do it, and they're like, "Well, that's not how you're telling us to do it." I'm like, I know.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do. Kid.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And I can just move a lot more with the clean and jerk, right? So to me, I'm getting a better workout. It's working, and you're working the same. I mean, you really are. You're working the same muscles.
Yeah, it's all a big jumping movement.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna go clean and jerk, bud.
Okay.
How about you? Come on, because you're pretty good at both.
Well, I'm gonna match Bailey's wrong answer here.
Wrong.
There is nothing cooler, feels better, makes you proud than throwing up a big weight, catching it in a deep squat overhead and standing it up. It's the coolest thing ever. Or just a power snatch that you're like, this is heavy, ripping it off the floor, sticking it. Dude, snatch is the coolest.
Yeah.
When you're watching the Olympics, you're watching the snatch. You're not watching them clean and jerk, which clean and jerk, don't get me wrong, is ridiculous. But the snatch is the prettiest. It's the coolest feeling. Yeah. It's
You're
snatch.
a little dirty there, Brian.
Yeah. This is a family show. Hey. Nothing prettier than a snatch. Anyway, so when we're talking about all these modalities, we're talking about monostructural, we're talking about gymnastics with handstand push-ups, burpees, anything like that, weightlifting with your Olympic lifting. What is your specific weakness when you look at CrossFit? When an open WOD like today is coming out, what are you like, God, I hope that doesn't come up. I hope that doesn't come up, because if it does, Trent's kicking my ass. That's what I think. Or, like I always know handstand push-ups come up, man, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
That's not a good one.
So Trent, and don't say handstand push-ups because it's not.
Well, it's not great. I think it's anything you said, ground overhead, I'm going to struggle with, right? Okay. Just don't have it. So I know I talked a lot about the Olympic movements and how great they are, but I'd say it's the Olympic movements that come up that I'm not going to do well on. So,
well, they're every part of it, right? Their accuracy, their mobility, their strength, their things that, like you said, you struggle with mobility, or you're going to struggle with overhead positions, especially in a squat. I mean, it happens. So,
you've got to be a good athlete to do those. That's why we have you two.
Got to be flexible.
I'm not that guy. I'm just grinding. I'm grinding and getting through it. So anything that takes skill, mindless movements like burpees, all day, baby.
Gotcha.
But
Bailey, what about you?
Gosh, I don't know. I'm thinking. I've never done like handstand walks. Like I feel like, I mean, I know that's in there somewhere, and I just got introduced to the handstand push-ups, and I love those.
Oh, do you?
I don't know why.
Good.
Yeah, like, I don't even know if I'm good at them.
I bet you're amazing.
I do. I don't love thrusters, like that kind of stuff. I know that's more lifting, but
yeah, that's weightlifting. Is that your weakness, you think?
Yeah, maybe.
The weights part?
Yeah.
Like if a barbell comes out with moderate weight, are you like, shoot, I would rather do pull-ups and wall balls? Is that
I don't know. But I guess sorry, my dog's barking.
No.
I don't know. I guess if I look past the lifting, I don't know how to do muscle up, but I'd love to be able to do that. So sure. I guess pull up, muscle up kind of stuff.
Gymnastics type stuff.
Gymnastics, yeah. Yeah. Which, we were just having this conversation yesterday. We did gymnastics when we were little, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have kept doing that, because I probably would have been I probably could do some of the moves now way better than I tried to.
All the a lot of the top level women's CrossFit athletes were like a high level gymnast at some point, or a track athlete or something like that. So yeah, it has carryover for sure. For sure.
Some of that stuff is amazing. And you look at when it was Dan Bailey and Rich Froning early, and they just were pulling stuff out of the hat.
Yeah.
Battling a couple of ladies. I can't remember who it was, but one of them was backflip or back handspring.
Yeah.
Right. That was part of the movement they had to do. And within 5 minutes, Bailey and Froning taught themselves how to do a backflip.
Yeah.
Neither of them gymnastics backgrounds, right? No. I mean, baseball and track. Yeah. But just the athlete that you have to be in 5 minutes to teach yourself how to do a backflip, because you don't know how to do back handspring. So you're like, this is going to be easier.
Yeah.
And you teach yourself to do it real quick so you can get into it. So yeah, the athleticism on these people is amazing.
Yeah.
It's off the charts. Yeah.
So what are you going to go with there, Bake?
See, if just weaknesses, like I like a barbell. I don't like a super heavy barbell, but like clean and jerk and stuff like that. If that was to come out, awesome. Monostructural stuff, I don't mind too much. There's gymnastics stuff that I feel I'm better at. Like I'm probably a better gymnastics puller than I'm a pusher for sure. So like bar muscle ups, ring muscle ups, chest to bar, and pull ups, I'm okay at. I can hold my own. It's the pressing stuff. So handstand push ups, that's my kryptonite, right? It's just when that comes out in an open wad, I'm like, dang it.
It's so much easier if they didn't have the line that you have to hit with both feet, because I always have that right foot that just
you gotta stretch out for it. Yeah, it's tough. So those handstand push-ups come out, it's like, ugh. And I remember there was one open workout not too long ago that was basically Diane at the beginning. So it was handstand push-ups and deadlift. And then the deadlift went up in weight after Diane. And then it went to like 275 or 315, I don't remember. And you had to get so many reps to get to the handstand walk. And all I wanted to do was to get to that walk. And I didn't quite make it. But I think I PR'd Diane to get there. But that was a kipping handstand push-up, which I don't – if that comes out, I don't mind that at all. You give me a kipping handstand push-up all day. But if you make me do a strict handstand push-up, it's over. It's over. So let me see what I wrote here. I got to read my own workout. Oh, okay. So if you're doing a workout, right? And we kind of have talked about this before. You're doing a certain type of workout. Which type of workout makes you feel more accomplished? Like at the end, you're like, damn, I nailed that. I felt like I worked today. Is it a leg day? Is it a big chest day? Is it a long run? Is it a long AMRAP where you have kind of a mixture? Which one are you like, dang, I just crushed that. And I feel like I've gotten better today. What do you look forward to as just like, this is going to be awesome?
I don't think you look forward to anything.
Especially if it's going to be, at the end, it's going to be awesome. You look
forward to getting it done.
Yeah.
But the way that I've been going lately, I think it'd have to be that AMRAP style.
Okay.
Because I do every body part every day. I try to focus on every body part every day.
Right.
And that now has become it's where I'm at, and I love it. If I don't get to hit something,
every body part
every day. If I don't,
every body part every day. Good for you, dude. Good for you.
Well, not every day. I take Sunday off.
Oh, okay.
And right now it's running. I take Tuesday off and Sunday.
Gotcha.
And Saturday's just straight running. But anyway, I like to hit every single body part. But if I don't have that, it's probably gonna be leg day. Right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Comment.
This is what you guys talk about all the time. I can see that.
Yeah.
Top 5 barbells that you've ever used. Go. Is that what you guys do at dinner?
Yeah. No, she would be like, shut up. Yeah. I'm just going through these.
Wall balls suck, Mark.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dr.
What up, Fryer?
And then here you go, Karina. There's Karina saying hi to Bailey.
There's my shout out.
Yep, that's your shout out, your typical podcast shout out. So we've got 5 people watching. That's great. That is great.
Man, that's a lot.
Yeah. So Bailey, what do you feel most accomplished with when you're done? You're like, dude, that was it.
I'm gonna have to go with Trent. Like, I don't really like to just be like, oh, I gotta go hit legs today or chest. I don't like to individualize it. So I would, AMRAPs for sure. I feel like I always feel very accomplished and like, man, my whole body is exhausted. That was good.
There you go.
Yeah. You feel like you miss something if you don't, right?
Yeah. Like I like running and stuff, but then it's like I run and then I'm like, well, there's no arms or, abs or anything. I don't know. So
every time I do a long run, I come home and think, I just lost 5 pounds of muscle. That's terrible. It's terrible. And I've got months ahead of me of doing this, but I always think, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
You have to eat a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're going to say AMRAP, Brian, but maybe legs?
I'm not. It's legs. Yeah. If I go out for like say I'm working up to a heavy 3 and then working back down, which I kind of try to do because sadly I warm up a lot while I'm doing this too. So I'll just start with the bar, work my way up to maybe a 3 rep, work my way down, and then maybe finish with a set of 10 at a tough weight. There's something about leg day and a big, strong leg day that I just think that there's no other feeling of that. You know what I mean? It's like that works.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get to the point where you feel sick. If you do leg day right, you can feel sick to your stomach. So I think it's leg day.
Every time.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
I
I think for me, it's leg day. But would you guys rather do burpees or thrusters in a workout?
Burpees.
Really?
I hate thrusters. I don't know what it is. Well, we just kind of talked about that. But like, it can be kind of fun, but I psych myself out with the push. Like, I don't know. I can do the squat part, but the push part really gets me. So I would say it's burpees. I love burpees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trent?
I'm with Mark. I just want to hit those arms. I would say for sense of accomplishment, you have to go with thruster. I mean, it is brutal. It is awful.
Yeah.
You are working every single body part
Mm-hmm.
doing that.
Right.
But what would I'd rather see?
Yeah.
I'm weak and I'm.
What would you rather do?
I'm gonna see a burpee. That thruster scares this scares me.
You guys are together here.
No matter what the weight is, it's gonna scare me. But the feeling of accomplishment, like you talked about, definitely the thruster.
Gotcha. Well, I tell you what, you guys can just do Kalsu the rest of your lives and combine the two. Just combine them.
That is the worst.
Burpees and
What
thrusters.
is that one? Like both of them?
That is it's actually programmed at 135 and 95. It's a hero WOD called Kalsu. And you have to buy in every minute with 5 burpees. So you do 5 burpees at the top of each minute. The remainder of the minute, you do thrusters till you hit 100.
Oh, yeah. That sounds fun.
It's horrible. Yeah. I think the worst CrossFit workout there is.
I did it one time, Bailey, and I still remember it. It was awful. But my partner, so I was counting myself, but I had a partner too counting me.
Yeah.
And I was like at 82 when I counted. My partner was at 100. I didn't argue. I was like, yep.
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's
I'm out.
a big difference.
It was great. It was great.
Oh, that one sounds tough.
Oh,
We should
horrible.
have to do that one though. I want to do it though.
Cool.
That's really hard.
I'll do it next week.
All right, let's do
I'll
it.
program that for you.
Yeah, put it in there.
What's more nerve-wracking for you guys? A true 20-rep back squat. And what I mean by a true 20-rep back squat is you're doing singles for like the last 8 to 10, right? So you're not able to re-rack the bar. You take the bar off. You can rack it when it's back at 20. You can take breaks, but that thing's on your back. And we did this at the gym a few times, Trent, and I know you've done that program before, and I have as well. So the true 20 rep was like your max 20 rep in so you're under that bar probably for 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make you more nerve-wracking or a true all-out 800-meter sprint? Because both are horrible.
I don't know.
I would never do a true 800-meter sprint.
Why not?
Because I'll pull a muscle. I'm so tight. There's no chance. If I get on it and try to go, something's gonna pop.
Tell me you're old without telling me you're old.
Yeah. So
I'll never do an 800 meters.
I can feel it, and there's no chance it's gonna happen. And I know my threshold, so I'll take it to about 80%, and that's my max.
Okay.
Back squat for sure is scaring me more because you can dig. You can dig and give more, and you got people around you telling you dig and give more. The run, you could scream at me the whole time, yell at me, tell me to dig. The 80% is what you're getting. Doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
Safety
Bailey,
first.
what do you think?
I don't know. Like when I'm running, sometimes I'll be the same way. I'll just give whatever percent I feel like I want to give. But then I get in my head and I'm like, well, you can just get it done faster if you just, or you can get done quicker if you just go.
That is a great philosophy.
You know, like that was me yesterday. I ran in 5 miles. I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be slow. But then as I started going, I'm like, man, I could get it under this time. So I think I'm going to pick up the pace. So then I was like full on sprinting. So I feel like probably the 800. Like I think I can mentally challenge myself more with the 800 sprint. Yeah. I'd say that.
I agree. I
Wait till you get Bailey.
I just have to go against you.
We've kind of covered this as far as like what movements we hate to see in a workout. So I'll get rid of that. Now, you guys are getting ready for a hard CrossFit workout. What's your pre-workout routine? Do you warm up? Do you take certain supplements? Do you have a certain thing that you do every time to get ready?
I don't really I should warm up more than I do, but I always have to have I think I sent it to you, the Interflight, the BCAs that Bear has. I love that. So I always start with that. I don't ever really feel like I need pre-workout. I don't know. I'm always pretty motivated to go do it, but I don't ever really do. I just grab I'll start lighter with the weight and just do the moves with just the bar or just air or whatever it is. But then I just go. I really don't, which I should.
So your routine is you have no routine.
Pretty much. I don't really warm up, and it's going to catch up with me someday, but
you just use the first couple rounds to warm up.
I do.
Yeah.
It's like running. I take the first few miles oh, this kind of sucks, but then you just get going, and then you just don't feel it anymore.
So you don't stretch at all before you run?
Not really.
No, me neither.
No,
I wish I could say I did.
Yeah. I wish you.
My warm-up's getting dressed. Then I'll head out.
Mentally.
I spend 30 minutes stretching my psoas.
Yeah, but you got issues you got to handle, or they'll get worse.
Yeah.
So I get that totally.
I used to like the pre-workout stuff, especially with lifting in the morning, trying to get me amped. But now, I'll drink a protein shake and eat a banana before I get in there, and I feel great. Everything is good. Trying to do it more natural.
Yeah.
But definitely warm up. I get the PVC pipe, and I take a good 5 to 10 minutes warming up for sure. Getting the shoulders moved, getting the hips opened up. I have to anymore.
Yeah.
But I used to. I used to just, hey, hit the gym. You had it up there, right? Do 10 air squats, do 5 walkouts, do 8 burpees, and by 3 rounds, and we're good to go.
Just get that blood flowing and get some little sweat going. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You spike that heart rate a little bit while you warm up, because if you get into the WOD and you spike it, you're done. Right? Okay.
Are you still not a warmer upper, huh? You still just
not for running. Not for running. I do warm up for lifting or CrossFit. Yeah. Okay. I'll do the PVC. I'll do some air squats. I'll start at a lower weight, work my way up. Like if it's a clean, I have to warm up, especially if I have to front rack anything.
Those arms
that warm up's pretty specific. But if I'm going for a 20-mile run, my warm up, like I said, is getting dressed, and then I head out. I figure that first couple miles is going to feel like shit anyway. Might as well just use it to warm up.
Yeah, you look like the little guy on A Christmas Story out there. Wait up, Ralphie, wait up.
Yeah. Here we go. You ready for this one, guys? And you can put whatever numbers to these lifts that you want. But would you rather have, say, Trent, a 500-pound deadlift, a 225 shoulder press, or a sub 6-minute mile? We'll do this for you, Bailey. We'll go 315-pound deadlift, 155-pound shoulder press, and a sub 5-minute mile. Because she's probably already
That's awesome.
Wow, that is cooking.
You can have one of those 3 things. What are you choosing?
I feel like we kind of talked about, my weakness is push press.
Yeah.
So I would kind of say that I'd want that.
The shoulder?
Yeah. The shoulder
That's a big shoulder press. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a lot. And I don't even know if I can come close to that
It's going to
yet.
make those thrusters easier. That's for sure.
Yeah, right? See, I want to attack my weakness. That was the one I would pick.
There you go. Attacking your weaknesses, making them your friends, and then crushing them. Yes.
Yeah, that would be my goal. Yep.
Okay.
Way to throw that out there, Bailey. Attack you.
Yeah, what about you?
Brian all excited and getting, oh yeah, we got somebody right here. That's where I live. Because I was saying just for ego, I'd want that 500-pound deadlift, right? But where I live right now, I really need that 6-minute mile because that would sure make the marathon go faster than the 6 hours I'm planning on.
6 hours? You're going to be faster than that.
Well, anything under 6 hours is a win, Bailey. So
just keep in front of that sweep vehicle.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, that thing just took me up.
Yeah, these three kind of crossover. If you have a 500-pound deadlift, you probably have big other lifts, right?
Yeah.
You have a 225-pound shoulder press, you are super strong.
Oh, yeah.
Sub 6-minute mile, dude, you're athletic. Like you're flying. You are cardiovascularly fit. So
I remember you putting that in one time, like just I can't remember what it was, and I think I was like at a 6:52 and I was moving and I was so pumped. I was under 7 minutes.
Yes.
But that's nothing. Yeah. I mean, compared to what people do, what's the fastest, like a 3?
Sub 6-minute mile wouldn't even put you on varsity for track.
No, it doesn't get you anywhere. But now, that would be huge.
It would be awesome. Yeah.
Where are you at right now?
Yeah, what would you want to do?
Mile?
My mile right now?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know. Probably it's not under 7.
Because Bailey, you got to be pretty close to 6, I would imagine.
I don't know.
And you showed your pace that one day, and you ran like 5 or 6 miles.
It was like 8:15 for 10 or something.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I don't know. Now I'm curious. I kind of just want to go like sprint a mile.
Yeah.
Figure out what.
I don't know. Let us know after this is over how it went.
Yeah, I would love that sub 6. I would love to see 5 something.
Oh,
a mile.
Yeah.
Because then you're explosive, you're cardiovascularly fit. But dude, if you could pull or push those weights, you're obviously fit too. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tricky.
All right, guys, this one's totally a different subject. Your favorite pair of workout shoes? What are you wearing right now? What is your favorite pair?
The Reebok Nano 8. Great shoe. It's got the sock liner in it. They should do that with all of them. Your tongue doesn't get moved to the side, left.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's not the best looking shoe, but as far as comfort in the gym, that was by far my favorite. I just got the new Metcons. They're terrible. The heel is awful. It's so hard and tight. I mean, the only thing I like to use those things for are deadlift and squat. Everything else, I want to trash them.
Yeah, you could lift in them, huh? Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, if I'm going to go with that, because I don't run too far all the time. I mean, I do now. And I just got a pair of $45 Sauconys at State Track last year, and they're awesome. I love them. But I mean, they feel good. But that's how I'm buying shoes for that.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, those were my favorite of all time. I wear them in my basement. They don't come outside, but they just down there. Anytime I'm down there working out.
So the Nano 8s.
The Nano 8s.
Nano 8s.
Huh. Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like I haven't tried that many different kind of shoes, but right now, like when we go in the mornings, I do the Noble, I think it's the Ripstop ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like those because they're pretty lightweight. Like they're not super high up on the ankle either. Like they're pretty low. I like those a lot for just lifting and running, that mixed cardio. But the new shoes that I bought for running, the Ultras, I really like. Like those they're nice. There's a lot of room, like toe room. I love those for running. But I've tried a lot of different running shoes, and I'd say the Ultras probably are my favorite.
Gotcha.
I need to explore more with like the lifting kind of shoes and indoor stuff. But yeah.
Big question before Brian talks about all of his shoes. He's kind of a shoe whore. But do you guys, with your running shoes, did you get a size bigger than what you are? Because my toes are starting to like hurt when I'm running, and I feel like I'm squeezing them in.
Yeah.
You get like a half size bigger or a size bigger because your foot swells, right? I imagine as you're
Yeah.
running. That's what I'm hearing.
I have with like some Brooks that I like used running. I've gotten a half size bigger, but with the Ultras I have right now, they're like wider in the toes, so I don't feel like they're so scrunched. But those are normal size, so it depends on you, I guess.
I just got some new Hokas for the 50 that I'm going to race the 50 and the 100 out in. So I'm just saving them for the long runs. So I'll use it this weekend on my 31 miler. I did go out a half size bigger.
Okay.
Just for the toe box, because Hoka's toe box to me feels kind of narrow. So when I run in some of my other ones, my toes do kind of hurt and I get a blister on my little pinky toes. So this one I went a half size bigger and it seems to be all right. So, yeah. Yep.
So what shoes? You've had them all.
Yeah.
My favorite pair ever are the Nano 2s. So the way back when.
And those look cool too.
Yeah, super cool. I like the strike movements I had. I think you called them, they looked like they were a pair of starter shoes. Like, remember? Michelle thinks they're hideous as well. They're pretty awesome. I do have a pair of Noble knit runners that I think are pretty good.
Don't push the sled in those though.
Yeah.
No, you cannot push the sled in those. So it's the worst shoe for high rocks, obviously. If you're going to do a high rocks, don't do it in that. But yeah, I've had a lot of shoes, but I'd say the Nanos are my favorite, like go-to. And it's usually the even number Nanos have been great. The odd number Nanos have sucked. So
yeah, they try to make it better the next year and they don't.
Yeah, take that for what it's worth. But if you guys could only do one style of workout for the rest of your life, and I know you think, well, we've already talked about this, Brian. No, watch out. AMRAP, every minute on the minute, interval, rounds or sets. So those are your choices. I can AMRAP it, I can EMOM it, I can interval it. So when you think interval, think like 4 minutes on, 2 minutes off for 5 rounds or something like that. Or 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off for 8 rounds, or just 5 rounds or however many sets. Where do you think you guys live in that realm?
You want to go?
I'm going to go sets. I'm going to superset everything. I'm going to take a minute at the end of each one, and I'm going to do it again.
Gotcha.
Sets and reps.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm going to say rounds.
Okay.
I don't know. It's the same thing. Once I have my mind on like I just need 5 rounds, then I can just work 5 rounds. Like I struggle with AMRAPs because I never know how strong to start. And then I ease into it, and then I'm like, oh crap, I have 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Oh,
that one sucks.
You ease into it. I'm like just the opposite, where I like, okay, don't go too fast. And then like 2 minutes in, you're like, oh, you're bent over. Just like, okay, that was first.
Yeah, there's 2 different ways to attack it, but no, I just like to have like a set. Like I need 6 rounds of this. That's all I need. I'm 3 down. I need 3 to go.
Yeah, AMRAPs take a lot of discipline because it was just like last week's open wad. I was rowing at like a 144 for the first 2 rounds, and I thought, what am I doing?
Yeah.
This is not going to end well.
Yeah.
But it didn't. But yeah, I'm an interval guy all the way.
Interval, okay.
Yeah, so I would like to do a 5-rounder of 4 minutes or 1 round of this, and then I get a certain minute of time to get off, because then I don't have to think. I know I just go balls out for this amount of time as hard as I can. Then I get so much time to rest. That I like that because there's no thinking involved. Go till the wheels fall off, and if they fall off, I'm going to get to rest. So
yeah, I feel like I'm pretty competitive when it comes to like I like to compete with myself. Like if I do 1 round, I'll check my watch and be like, okay, that took me 3 minutes.
Right.
Okay, now this next round needs to take me less than that. Or it's like running, like this mile took me this, I got to go faster this one. So it's like a mental game I like to play with myself.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Uh-huh.
Especially on a long run, because I heard one of your other long runs. I don't know if it's your 15 or something like that. You averaged like a 9 something, and I know you told Trinity you were saying I just didn't want any mile above 10.
Yeah.
And so
I try.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Keeps it going.
If I have that 1 slow mile, I'm like, oh well. Oh,
it happens. Yeah. I accept it sometimes. But
I could do it. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
You guys are giving me a complex.
Favorite cheat meal?
Oh.
This is
Like,
part of our 80-20. We've been doing great all week. Hey, man, I just ran a long distance or I just had a great workout. What's my go-to meal?
I don't know.
Really? There's no
Like,
chicken fried steak, no pancakes, no Cinnabons, no crumble cookies. Is this just me?
I'm going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and I'm going to throw down 20 spicy garlic and
there you go.
And probably about 4 or 5 beers, and then I'm going to call it a day.
That's perfect.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
oh, I don't even know. I guess I feel like living out in Wiggins, like there's nothing,
Right.
So I never, like I usually eat pretty good. So I guess like a cheat meal would be like going to just a fast food place.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine.
Chick-fil-A, that's always
Eat a burger and fries.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I don't
that's
ever
always
really
good.
until I come up here and then I'm like, oh, there's everything here. I'm gonna go get a burger or something. I guess
Burger and fries is good. That's a good choice. Yes.
But you're going sweets though.
Oh, I have a tendency. Like if I was to cheat, I'll make like a batch of Kodiak cakes. And
well, 8 Kodiak cakes. Come on,
what's
you get
that?
protein in there, bud.
There's protein, but I slather it with peanut butter and I slather it with honey and I slather it with bananas.
Honey, good carbs.
Yeah, I know,
Bananas,
but I make it so it's not good. Favorite CrossFit hero wad or girl named wad? You guys have a favorite? Yeah.
Well, favorite that I will never ever do again. I loved when you do Fran. You want to talk about where you are that would make me nervous. Like you program it, right? When you used to program it on Sunday, it'd come out and then like before the day to day.
Yeah.
And it's not programmed till Thursday. The whole week I thought about it.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay. And the workout lasts less than 5 minutes, but it is just you want to get in the pain cave and just don't stop, just grip it and go. And Bailey, it's thrusters and pull-ups. So 21:59, and the weight is light, 95 pounds. So it doesn't feel light by the end. But I absolutely loved that workout, and that brought out and Helen probably brought out more competition in me than anything of zucchini bread. Yeah, come on, Brian.
I do any bread, banana bread, zucchini bread, poppy seed bread, dude. It's not safe around me. And Michelle is disciplined. Like he doesn't do that crap. So that's why it's an entire loaf, because I got to get it out of here.
She can't have it. You're doing her a favor.
Yeah.
You're a great husband.
I'm just taking care of the family. I'm getting it out of here so nobody else has to eat this trash. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Don't consider it.
Fran.
But yeah, Fran, and then I liked Helen too.
Dude, I love Helen.
You're going to sprint for 400 meters, and that's when I would probably sprint. That's probably the only time I would ever sprint in my life.
Do you know that one, Bailey?
No.
So Helen is 3 rounds, 400-meter run, 21 kettlebell swings, 12 pull-ups.
Oh.
That one's like
sounds tough.
Out of the girl wads. I mean, it'll still get you.
Oh yeah,
because you are running hard. But it's one of those ones that's like, I can breathe when I'm doing kettlebell swings. You know, I can. Yeah.
You just hit the pull-up bar and rip it, and you drop to the ground, and you're on your way.
Yeah,
and
you're like 12, dude.
Right,
12.
And Bailey, I was such a kind of an asshole, right? I would get into the gym before anybody else, and I would pick my bar, and I would know where I'm going to do pull-ups. And on Fran, I was in the very back corner where nobody could be around me. And then if it was Helen, I was the very first one because I'm coming into the gym.
Yeah.
And by golly, I'm setting the record. I'm getting my PR. I don't care about anybody else. I'm doing this. And I mean, I was that guy. Like, what are you doing? You're in here with a bunch of 40-year-old women, but you're going to be a stud and try to kick everybody's ass. And,
I think that's a good thing.
Those are the two. And I love Murph. I mean, that's awesome. But those are the
Murph's awesome just because of what it
what it stands for.
What it stands for, but the workout's brutal.
It is. But when you play that video, you know, of
Michael Murphy,
President Bush
or George Bush,
saying that about him, and then you know, you think about the dude standing there and saying thank you and getting shot, and just service before self, right?
Yeah.
And putting others above yourself, and you think about that, and you're like, okay, I can do this workout, and I can give it my all. So,
right,
3 pretty cool ones in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like you haven't been in the game long enough to know, like you guys are really good about naming the workout, and then you know what it consists of. Like, I don't know all that kind of stuff, so I just show up and do whatever you put on the plan.
There you go. There you go. That'll work.
My favorite. I love them all.
That'll work.
When we go back to them and we do them, I'm like, oh crap, I remember this one. Like, fun. But I don't know. I feel like I can't really answer that one. I don't know.
That's okay.
You guys.
And, because there's ones that I love, right? Like I love Helen. There's ones that make me nervous, right? Like Fran makes me super nervous. Jackie makes me super nervous. And Bailey, Jackie is 1,000-meter row, 50 thrusters just with an empty barbell, and then 30 pull-ups. So it's like you just go unbroken. I mean,
you would do good there, Bailey. You would do really good.
Yeah, you would trust that one.
You would do good in Badger too.
Badger is a 3 rounds of 800-meter run, 30 squat cleans with 95-65, and 30 pull-ups.
It's fun.
So it's 90 of each. That one's longer. You know, you get to the ones like Fight Gun Bad.
Oh, yeah.
Just awesome workout, right? You're just going at it. Filthy 50s. Zeus. Zeus. The one I really like is Glenn. And we did this one at 24 for 24, right? We did it early, so we were all kind of fresh. But Glenn is 30 clean and jerks. So basically you're doing the girl WOD Grace, which is 30 clean and jerks at 135.95, 1 mile run, come in for 10 rope climbs, 1 mile run, and 100 burpees. So that one, I really like that one. That's one of my favorite hero WODs because it's long. You're getting everything you can want in that one. I think it's cool. But Fran's probably the one that gets me the most.
And that one's 21:15.9, right?
Fran, 21:15.9. Start with thrusters, end with pull-ups. Everybody goes out super hot, tries to do all the 21s. You get back to the 15s. That's where everybody starts to think,
hold on,
maybe I went out a little too hot.
Hold on.
Yeah. And then once you're done with your 15 pull-ups, then you get to your 9s and you think, I can do 9s. It's the 15s. That's where everybody
15s without breaking.
Yeah. If you can get through the 15s, you're fine. But that's where everybody starts to go like, oh man, went out a little too fast. I don't think I can do it. It's like, just hold on to the bar. You're going to be fine. When you get done, and it probably will take you 3 times longer to get off the floor than it did to do the whole workout.
And your forearms are just blowing up. Like you just feel just pumping.
Yes. And I remember when I took my first level 1 in 2010, I think is when I took my first level 1, they still did Fran as one of your level 1 workouts. So there's like 70 of us in there. They did 2 heats, I think. Everybody going at one time. Everybody thinks they're the next CrossFit Games athlete. Nobody cares how you do, but it took me like 7 minutes. That's the first time I'd ever done Fran, and I thought, oh my God, this is horrible. And I totally got sucked in. I did 21s unbroken and then proceeded to just fail after that.
How fast can you do it, Trent? Like, what's like a good time? I don't even know.
He's sub 3 minutes.
Sure, if you don't want.
Well, I would never do it. How fast did I do it? I had a 258, 252, something in there.
Yeah, I thought it was like 254.
Yeah, something
like that. Because I was a 324, and I knew it was about 30 seconds.
So that was my best, but after that, I've never done it again.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going out on top. This is good under 3 minutes. It's
Bailey, we used to have a workout. Maybe I'll program that for you guys this week. It was called Find Your 3-Minute Fran.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically, this is when Trent did it. It wasn't exactly Fran. It was Fran. Started out 21:15.9 prescribed weight. You got to quit when you got Fran under 3 minutes. So if you did it prescribed, 21:15.9 thrusters, pull-ups, and get it under 3 minutes like Trent did, you were done with the workout.
Okay.
Then we had, I don't know if it was 5 minutes to rest. We had a time to rest, and then you dropped your weights considerably, and you did like men went to a 65-pound bar, women went to an empty bar, 21:15.9 thrusters, pull-ups. If you didn't get it under 3 minutes then, you went to PVC and assisted pull-ups till you got it under 3. So I think you could end up at, might have been PVC and jumping pull-ups, but and then everybody got it under 3 minutes. But some like Trent worked for 2:54 that day. Mm-hmm. Others worked for 9 minutes. Because once 3 minutes hit, you were done wherever you were. So you could be 7 pull-ups into your round of 9, 2 pull-ups shy. If you didn't get under 3, you had to move on. It still worked out. Yeah. And if you were close to getting it prescribed, I found you were not going to get a 3-minute Fran the rest of the time because you had put it all out.
You put it all in there,
Yeah. The ones that kind of knew they weren't going to get under 3 minutes and sandbagged the first part of Fran probably got it in the second.
In the second time?
Yeah. But if you were really going and super close, you're freaking done. You're not getting it. I don't care how much I drop the weight and how much I assist you, you're probably not going to get it.
I was doing it with Karen Freoff, and he was home. And so we were partners doing it together. And so he was either before me or after me, I can't remember. But he missed it by like 20 seconds.
See.
In the next round, he was done. He couldn't even get it. There was no chance he was getting it. And he knew it. Like, he came out in 21s, and there was nothing. Yeah. And then I remember him doing the jumping pull-ups, and he's like, I don't know if I'm going to even get this one. Like, he was – but he put it all out there that first round, and he was so pissed that I got it. And I was like, it was the fear of going further. That was it. I didn't want to do it.
That's what I was thinking. Like, how do you decide? Like, do I just give it all?
Just be
done.
You just go. And that's what drove me. I don't want to do this again. Like you said, Bailey, like I got to go as fast as I can because it's over faster.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
when you think about it, where you're going to get the most fitness, where you're going to gain the most fitness is going for it. So like if you do the first one at 80%, second one at, 80% and are able to finish, okay, you got a pretty good workout. But it's when you fly really close to the sun and are on the verge of just burning up, like Trent did, right? He flew close to the sun. He got it in 2:54. That physical adaptation that Trent got is far better, even though he worked out half of the time than somebody that went 80%. Yeah. Because it's when it's that you're in that super high intensity where you're like, I don't know if I can hold this pace, but I'm going to really try to hold this pace. When you get into that dark place, into that pain cave where you're like, this is not comfortable, but I'm going to see how far I can make it in here. That's where you get fit.
Yeah.
When you are truly uncomfortable and that intensity is super high, that's where you get fit. You don't get fit in that 80% comfortability, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of preaching to myself because I look at the first 2 weeks of the Open, I was far too comfortable. And if I started getting uncomfortable, I rested. And it's unlike me to do that, but I have not been training with that intensity. So that slight bit of uncomfortable was like a huge bit of uncomfortable where I'm like, oh my God, I do not want to be there. I do not want to. But it's also disappointing because it's like, dude, push a little bit because that's how you're going to get fit. But the way we, with running long, like you said, you want to be in that where you're comfortable. Like, I know I can do 17 miles at this pace. I'm going to finish 17 miles, right? You don't want to be in that 9th mile pushing so hard where you're like, well, I'm either going to blow up and get 9.5 miles or this is going to be horrible, right? So you find that nice, easy pace. And that's where I live right now. So my open wads are like, meh. They're nice and easy.
Even my workouts are there, right? Like
Sure.
lifting wise, it put in my head, I'm going to go to failure. Well, it used to be failure at 15 is failure at 8. I'm like, that's pretty close.
That's close enough. Yeah, the rules are rounding. I'm over 7.5.
You're
I'm
right.
closer to 50.
It's crazy. Thanks for giving us that motivational speech.
No, it's just it was more yelling at myself because it's like I wanted to get under 10 on 24.1. Dude, and it's totally doable.
Oh, easy.
Right?
I agree. Yeah.
Totally doable. I just didn't want to, I guess.
My hands were on my knees the whole time.
Yeah. And then the AMRAP, I wanted to get 8 rounds like you did, Trent. Or you were in your 8th round, right?
In the 8th round, yeah.
I thought we could get 8 rounds, no problem.
When you said that, I was like, I'm going to get 8 rounds.
Yeah.
We could have, right? And it's just walking over and pulling the deadlift bar. Like there were so many times I walked over to the deadlift bar, took a few extra breaths, and then pulled. And then every time I was pulling my sets of 10, I'm like, why am I waiting? Like this isn't that heavy.
No, it's light. But I was like, I got to save my forearms for my jumping jack or for my jump ropes.
Yeah.
So I dropped 5 and then I take a little break and then I do the next 5.
And then it didn't even come into play, huh? I thought it would be far more grippy. It wasn't as grippy as I thought. But I was kind of with you there. But I was like, I'm just going to do these nice and slow and hang on for 10s as long as I can. But they were so slow. Like I took a deep breath every time I stood up. It was just like, whatever, dude, you didn't want to hurt. I didn't want to get into that fight, obviously. You know, there's some people that want to get into the fight and some people that didn't. And that day I was a casual observer. I did not want any part of it.
You were an active observer. You weren't.
It was disappointing. And it is disappointing. And Bailey, I was going to yell at you anyway. So let me take this opportunity since I'm on this soapbox for a couple of minutes.
He is the moderator.
Brent, you can jump in here with me as well. But what part of 24.1 was not RXable for you?
You didn't RX it?
What part did you?
No. Yeah, we scaled. I think it was the
dumbbell snatch.
Yeah, the snatch.
And what weight did you go with?
I think we did 20. I did 25.
Bailey.
I know. There's no reason.
And it still took me 12 minutes.
You know what? You could have done 35 pounds and it would have taken you 12 minutes. That would have not
changed
that time a bit.
See, this is why I don't I know that's not really like an AMRAP, but like AMRAPs, like I'll do it and then I'm like pissed at myself because I'm like, I probably could have went a little harder.
Yeah.
So like even that one, I'm like, I didn't have to rest when I was doing the burpees or like before I did the burpees, So I don't know. I could have done it. I know I could have.
I bet you we could do it today or whenever we got together. And we could give you a 35-pound dumbbell, and I bet you'd beat your score with a 25-pound dumbbell.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes, I think stop scaling. There's no
I know.
25 pounds on
that's the mental game I have to play with myself every day that I go work out. I'm
and the CrossFit Open,
I think I should down it a little.
The CrossFit Open is a test anyway. It's not. It's not really a workout or a training. It's a test, and you got to put it in your mind. This is a test. So when it gets to be something that you're like, I don't know if I can do that, do it. Try it.
Right.
As long as you're going to be safe, but try it. And if you don't get the workout you want, like we always said to people, like, don't do single unders. If you're pretty close to double unders, do double unders, especially with the last one. Do double unders.
Right.
Get what you can get. You're going to get a hell of a workout. Your calves are still going to be blown up. And then if you are super unhappy with what type of workout you got, then scale it and do it with singles. But do that, RX that, especially with your athletic ability and everything. A 35-pound dumbbell is going to go up just as easy.
Right. Yeah. I know.
I didn't want to call you out the day you sent us your score. I was going to wait on it. So now I just thought I'd call you out in front of all these people.
In front of millions watching? Yeah. Thanks.
So
you're right. I know. I need to push myself.
Last question. Favorite CrossFit athlete of all time? And Bailey, if you need help, we can help you.
Okay. I have a few.
Okay, there you go.
But you guys can go. Go for it.
I'm just a moderator.
You
Brian
have to answer
Baker
this.
is my favorite.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Me too.
Absolutely. He's awesome.
That has to be a professional CrossFit athlete. Thank you, though.
You made it to regionals.
I made it to online qualifying.
Hey, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Good job. Further than any of the rest of us.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I finished 200th in the world that year.
That's pretty damn good.
I look at my number now and I think, oh my god, I think I'm like 1200th or 1300th in the world.
Oh shoot.
Oh
But-
gosh.
I don't know. I always liked Dan Bailey just because he's little and he seems humble and
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
just a nice guy, kind of out there and encouraging everybody. And he was good, and he's got a heck of a physique. So
Heck of a physique. Yeah.
just his attitude and how he presented himself, I think more than anything is why I liked him. He wasn't the best by any means, but
He was podium. He podiumed.
yeah, he podiumed. But I just
It's hard to be the best when Rich Froning was winning.
yes, yeah. I mean, there's between him and Frazier and now Medeiros, but I like the whatever else is going on. But and then I like Sam Briggs just because she's old and she still kicks ass.
Dude, she's cool.
She just the engine, man. She just goes, and I love that about her. And yeah, so I think that's cool.
Very cool. Bailey.
I don't know. I just kind of started like learning about all the different CrossFit athletes, but one of them that I do like is Ariel Lowen.
Yes.
Because I think I watched one of her videos and she like just has this little home gym that she just trains in. And I think that's so cool. Like she doesn't need anything major or that fancy, but she just gets it done. And I think, wasn't she like the fittest mom on earth or whatever?
Well, she's the
fittest
mom on earth, and she's the fittest in America.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just like her mentality and she just seems like a good person too.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's God-fearing. Her and her husband are awesome. Yeah, she trains at home in her gym. I think that's cool too.
Yeah, I think that's
She's got the kids running around. And
she's very cool. Yes.
Yeah. That one or Emma Lawson because she's young.
Dude,
I think
she's
cool.
going to be a force.
Yeah.
She's not even 21 yet, is she?
I don't think
she's
so.
20. No, I don't think she is.
I think she's 19 or 20.
That's
I think
awesome.
at the games last year she was 19 or 20.
18 or 19. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
which she was.
she's not very old, but
That's pretty sweet.
pretty fun to watch. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and she'll win it someday probably.
Right. Yeah. She's good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Let's see. I like Patrick Villner's probably one of my favorites, and I would love for him to get a win before he retires because he's getting up there in age.
Mr. Consistency, man.
He is. He's just humble and just goes about his business and
going to school, be a chiropractor.
He's never too high. He's never too low. Like, the first day at the CrossFit Games, he's always in 30th place, and he's always like, should have probably done better. And then at the end, he's second. And then, but probably my all-time favorite is Rich Froning. I mean, he kind of made it where it is, right? Four-time winner, 6-time team athlete winner. Plus, he owns an affiliate. Plus, he was a level 1 trainer on the seminar staff. Like he just embodied of what CrossFit was when I was coming up, when we had the gym, and I don't know. And he's a good dude,
right?
And I think he's probably one of my favorites. And then Josh Bridge is also one of my favorites. So oldie but goodie.
Well, yeah, he's a Navy SEAL, right?
Yeah, Navy SEAL, one Murph as well at the games. So guys, that's my 20 questions.
Nice.
See, I promised they weren't going to be horrible.
That was a good one. Good job.
Good.
Love that.
So we got to try to do this more often. I know our schedules are tough. Basketball's over.
It's easier now.
Yeah. Basketball's over. Work around a teaching schedule. You still got club going on probably.
Yeah, it's almost about a month left.
But yeah, we'll get together. We got to get together for a long run one of these times. You guys have what coming up this weekend? 17.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Hopefully the snow stays at bay, so
we
can get it done. So good luck on those.
31.
Yeah, good luck on yours.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got 31. Maybe start a little early so it's dark.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get some dark training in, which it does slow you down. Even with a good headlamp, you don't run as fast because you tend to kick a lot more rocks, which I've done. But
yeah.
Other than that, guys, happy training, keep healthy, and we'll see what rolls out this afternoon for 24.3.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then we'll yell at Bailey to make her not scale. So
Okay. I won't this time.
here we go. Mark Springer, Noah Olson. Noah's his boy right there.
Oh, there you go. I like it.
Yeah. And then Trent, it's never a podcast without your mom chiming in. Good to see Sandy Kerr saying, hey, don't be a little wuss, man. Just run 17 miles in the gym.
The gym.
That would be miserable.
That would be horrible. I would rather run on a treadmill.
Me too. Me too.
That's rough.
Yes. So, guys, thank you very much for joining along. We're a top 5 podcasts in the
top 5 podcasts in Wiggins for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Morgan County.
You know, probably
County, yeah.
probably like a Mommy's a Wiggins podcast or something like that. That I'm leaving out.
I'm still supporting.
That's right. So, guys, thank you. Thank you for asking my 20 questions. We found out a lot about you today. Probably more than you would have liked to put out there.
No judging.
So, yeah, no judging. All right, guys. Happy training, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks
See you
for
later.
moderator.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.